So what you have in imagination can be spent only in imagination. Do you really have time? If you have time, show me where is time. You're talking about spending life. I'm asking you, do you have it? How will you spend it? How will you spend it? Where is it? Where is time? Yes, we all live in the illusion that we have time to spend. But where is that time? Where exactly is the time to spend? Do you have even 1 second with you? 1 second. Forget about time as a large quantity. Do you have even 1 second to spend? What do you have to spend? What is it that you really have with you? And that present moment is so small that you cannot say anything about it. By the time you finish saying something about it, it is already. So how will you spend it? By the time you will pull it out from your pocket and try to spend it, that moment is already gone. How will you spend it? Are you getting what I am trying to say? There is time. Except in the head, except in the imagination, except like those 1000 rupees that you spent in imagination. Where is time? You don't really have time. You have life, but not time. You have the opportunity to live, but you don't have time. Living is possible, but spending time is not possible. Alright, let's take a very current example. You are here. You are here. As you are sitting here, are you spending time? Somebody outside this room may say so, that you are spending time here. But anybody who is really present here would very well know that he is not spending time. What is he doing? Not even utilizing time. If you are really immersed, are you even utilizing time? Are you even utilizing time? Is the thought that time is being utilized or that I am there to utilize time, is that crossing your mind? There is just simple presence, right? There is nothing to spend in your pocket and there is nobody with that pocket. There is simple outright present, and that is what we call as living. Are you getting it? Where is time? If you are really here right now with me, where is time? Where is the time to spend? I'm repeating, somebody outside with a watch may indeed feel that time is being spent here. He might feel so, the watch might feel so, but if you are really present here, do you also feel so that time is being spent? If you are really present. If you are like that man who is outside, if you too are wandering outside, you will also feel that time is being spent. In fact, the more outside you are, the more you will be conscious of time. Have you noticed that? The more you are inside, the less conscious of time you become. And the more you are outside, the more conscious of time you are. Have you seen that? Is that not so? Whenever you are in the action, whenever you are in the happening, whenever you are inside life, there is hardly any time to spend. And whenever you are outside life, whenever you are outside happening, whenever you are afraid, whenever you are just watching from the fringes, then time comes into picture. You would have wanted to watch a movie. Many of you. You are standing outside the theatre, that particular hall in which movie is being screened, and the show is to begin in the next 10 minutes. Let's say it's delayed by 10 minutes. And then there is time. You are outside the hall and you keep looking at your watch. When will the show begin? When will the show begin? Right? And if the show doesn't begin in another 15 minutes, you start feeling uneasy, irritated. Don't you? Yes. But once you are inside the hall and the movie is there, how many of you still keep looking at your watch? How many of you find that you keep looking at your watch while watching a movie? Provided the movie is not too boring. So where does time go when you are watching that movie? Where is time now? Do you have any time to spend? Remember, to spend something, first of all you must have it. There is a very indicative story in the Abrahamic scriptures. So, what does the story say? When Satan was coming to earth to corrupt the minds of people, somebody asked him, "What will you tell the people to corrupt their mind?" Satan said, "I'll tell them just one thing. Your time is your time." He said, just this much is enough to corrupt the mind of any human being. Your time is your time. And contrasted to that, there is another saying by Jesus. When he was asked that you keep talking about the kingdom of your Father, you keep talking about God's heaven, what will it be like in the kingdom of your Father? Jesus said, in the kingdom of my Father, there will be no time. In the kingdom of my Father, there will be no time. Wherever there is time and ownership of time, it's the work of Satan. And wherever there is timelessness, it is the kingdom of God. So if you are asking me, how do I spend my time? You have already been possessed by the Satan. Do you see this? While watching that wonderful movie, would you suddenly get up and ask, how do I spend my time? You're watching that lovely movie. Do you just get up and ask, how do I spend my time? That question will sound stupid, won't it? And what is he asking? How do I spend my time? The question doesn't mean anything. The question doesn't mean anything. You are with a loved one, immersed in intimacy. And then you get up and say, how do I spend my life? That's a vulgar question to ask. Kidding me? You have no time. Time comes into the mind. The very thought that there is a future and that it must be taken care of. This comes into the mind when the mind is not alive to the present. Only when the mind is uprooted from the present.